Okay, the few times I've already did, but for some of the reasons that I can't, what I'm doing is now, but you know what? I'm about to call Delton for this, see what's going on with him. Hey Delton, it's me, John Cutter. John Cutter here. Hey listen, I'm just wanting to let you know this is gonna be a bad situation for you, mate. I know, but this is bad. Something's bad, actually. Yeah, for some reason, Delton, I know there's a few things happening. Yeah, I thought so, yeah. But I've been recently look through, but I cannot just take in everything alive or something. Yeah, but it couldn't be, but it shouldn't done something, might. I might be. Yeah. Of course I do. Yeah, just keep my legs straight. Just a bit tightened. Yeah. What I would just think about it, Delton. But just in case that this isn't going to be serious, but I'm going to tell you something about the lockdown, but it's a homicide lockdown, you know what I mean, Delton? I know there's a few things I can tell you. I can tell you one usual about this. I know there's issues going on with the other one, but I've seen the other ones from where they started from, but you know, it's kind of realistic. It's realistic to us, but nothing really matters. It doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't notice, but I did notice how long it takes about where it defeats. Mm. Look, to be honest though, Dalton, but just in case it's not going to be usable, but actually it's not kind of thing actually, but the thing is right now, Dalton, I should get on with my work because my work is actually weird. No. Okay. So you telling me that this is not my attorney. So while you asking me that this is not going to be working as usual, but the homicide lockdown is absolutely dangerous though. Lots of police, FBI's and SWATs, you know, they're just protecting the quarantine. They will prevent the people from getting into the quarantine. They were about to kill them. They were killing these people. But actually I know it's terrible news, but I know it's bad news, but you know, what I'm saying, but this is kind of weird. I know this is kind of weird as it looks, but it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound correct. But basically, I know it's a kind of few things, but I should tell. It wasn't somebody's, but it wasn't look very unpleasant. But to be honest with me though, it's not that kind of thing, but the reason why we've already been changed, it's already been changed for the whole time. But to be honest though, it's not simple, complicated. We gave them a lot, and we get some money. But we do not know what we're doing is to getting on with it. But to be honest, it's not that kind of thing. It's not signatures. or anything else that it doesn't really matter, but to be honest. So you're telling me that this is not the only thing that this is not a best part of a scene. But I heard them shouting immediately. So when I came out of the door and I said, yeah, well, what do you want from me? So they've already said it before. But before that, it doesn't really matter. No matter what they needed to do. They've got their information. If they get it right or wrong, that's not right. I know it's actually wrong though, it's just the only thing we don't do. But we didn't do much time, didn't we? But when we used to start an hour lesson. Actually, it is like homicide lockdown, but basically. This is the only scene that is. It's kind of real. I know it's a crime scene that I know it says the crime scene do not cross. I don't know, but somebody who's been shoplifting last night, but for some other reasons, without being noticed by someone, they haven't got anything from during homicide lockdown. It's not. It's out of its depth, but I'm sorry. I'm about to say yeah. But eventually, Delton, it's not the one we don't use, but don't ever remind yourself. But what were you going to say? It's say no. Because I don't make you feel better. If you make me feel better than this, you don't. So I made it first. Just do your worst, Delton. Just do your worst. I don't blame you. And yeah, also, I bought something from my shops or something. I know there's something that I can always wanted to tell you, but don't worry. But don't worry though, it's just the kind of few things that we don't really like. Because we've already got rid of the other stashes or something. But I've never known that this is not the only thing we don't. So I can only do whatever I want. I know it's excited. It's excited though. I'll have to give her some money and get money and a job. So during homicide lockdown, there should be no bills during lockdown. But actually, it's not the only first thing to do with the other hand. But what they thinking of is to get it on with. You know what I mean, Delton? The homicide lockdown should be finished a long way. It's a long way to finish the lockdown. Is like our country is now spreaded. They have been spreaded around the world. They have affected people. We have to get rid of the viruses, but one of those viruses can detect to how many people were dead. Lots of people died, but in case they were infected and died because they were infected by the viruses. I know there isn't, well, forget about it. I'll tell you what, Delton. I will talk to you about this later on, okay? Alright, see you later. Okay, this is the homicide lockdown. There's a few other things that we always do. Let's get it on. But firstly, I have to keep everything in my mind whatsoever. Well, you know what? I need to get my job busy. To keep myself busy.